All right. Judo Sailor here with another sort of unboxing and overview slash review, this time of the Thinkscan 601 scan tool. So here you see on the box, these are sometimes also connected to the brand name Think Car, and they are manufactured by a company called Kingbolin, obviously out of China. And the Thinkscan 601 is kind of their middle of the line scan tool of their Thinkscan series. Now, I got this after I bought a launch C reader, which actually I'm going to be giving away for my 100 subscriber giveaway. I had that recommended in a video by YouTuber Justin Dow, and it was really great. But when I did, they reached out to me and asked if I would like to try one of these, and I said yes, absolutely. And so they sent me the 601. Now these, obviously, they're different colors on the box here, but they're not just different colors, they have different capabilities. So if you flip it over to the back here, you can see that the Thinkscan 600 does ABS and SRS, and it can do maintenance stuff on oil brake and TPMS. The Thinkscan 601 adds ECM to that and SAS, and the 609 adds even more, as you can read there. So the 601, kind of the middle of the line. I will tell you that already, having tried this out for a couple of days on a couple different cars, I'm very happy with it. It's definitely more than I kind of need as a DIY person. But I'll get into that a little bit more as the review goes on. So here it is. This is what it came with, okay? Came with the scan tool itself, the cord, which is detachable from the scan tool for storage, although I don't really see much need for me to detach it. It came with these instructions, and so let's talk about this for a moment. These instructions, which are in multiple languages, are unfortunately not instructions on how to use the scan tool. They are only instructions on how to download the update for the scan tool. So I did take the time to update the scan tool, and I did have a few issues with it. It wasn't as easy as I thought. One of the ways that they give you to do it is by connecting the scan tool directly to your computer with this little, if I can get this off here, there we go. With this connection port, I don't know how well you can see it with the light the way it is. I don't think you can, but there's a little connection port right in there. This is a micro SD memory card that fits in there. So I tried plugging it into the computer with this port right here, and my computer recognized it, but their little download software that they give you to do the update would not recognize it. And I was a little frustrated, and I actually started to reach out to them, but then they did give another way to update it, which was to remove the micro SD card and to update the SD card directly. And for that purpose, they give you this. This is supposed to fit in your USB port. The micro SD card slides in there. This little thing right here, I must say, as happy as I am with the scan tool, this little thing right here is a piece of junk. First of all, it barely fit in my USB port. It was so tight of a fit that I was actually worried I was going to damage my USB port. Then, second of all, once I did get it in, my computer recognized that something had been inserted in the USB port, but with the micro SD card inserted in here, it would not detect or read the micro SD card. So again, I was pretty frustrated. So then what I decided to do was I had my own micro SD card adapter. I used that And when I used that, then the update worked no problem. Okay, I downloaded the update software. I installed the update onto the micro SD card with my own micro SD card adapter, put the SD card back in here, and then the scan tool updated. I will say though, as annoying as that was, that's absolutely the worst thing I can say about this. Otherwise, I love the display. Otherwise, I love its capabilities. It has more than I will need, and it's got room to grow. So as I continue to grow and learn about how to use this tool, about how to scan and do diagnostics, this is gonna have a lot for me to dig into. So let's go ahead and take it out to the car, and I will show you some of the things it does, some of the features that I do understand and like even now, and some of the capabilities that it has that I don't even really yet understand fully how to use. All right, we're back. I'm sitting in my 2007 Jeep Grand Cherokee, and I have the Thinkscan 601 plugged in and powered up. The car is on, the car is running. Just a quick note, do have some people across the street working on the roof, and so you may hear some background noise there. Also, wasn't really able to fit a tripod in here for this, so I'm hand camming it here, so there may be a little bit of shaky cam, but I'll try to keep it as steady as possible. So, as I said, this has a lot of functions that honestly are even beyond me at my level of working on cars and doing diagnostics. But the main thing that I wanted a scan tool for was to be able to run and scan for diagnostic trouble codes. And that's why initially I bought the Launch C-Reader, and that's why I have this. And I use it both on my own car, so when I'm having an issue, I can scan it myself without having to, drive to the local AutoZone or whatever. And also because I've been looking at some used vehicles. We're getting ready to buy a third car, although we may wait because used car prices have just shot up since the pandemic. So I may end up trying to wait as long as possible to see if they come down some later in the year. But I've been looking at a few already, and have been taking this with me to run codes on those. So there appears to be two different ways that you can scan for codes using the Thinkscan 601. And due to my inexperience and lack of knowledge in this area, I'm not sure if they're two different ways of doing the exact same thing, or if they actually do different things and scan for different things. But the immediate thing and the easiest thing is if you can look at here, this button right here that says DTC, when you click that button, it will start scanning. So let me try to get a little steadier shot here. It asks you ECU 1 or ECU 2. I check both. So this vehicle has no fault codes, and you see here it's got this little handy light, says no DTC. But just in case, because I'm not exactly sure what the difference is, I check that as well. This vehicle has no fault codes, and again you get the little no DTC, not warning light, but like okay light. Now, the other way that I found that you can do this is you can go to where it says scan right there. You can click OK. You go select, Jeep is made by Daimler Chrysler now, so Chrysler there. And it will ask you to system scan or manually select. Manual select allows you to actually select your exact vehicle from a list. System scan, I think, just kind of does it automatically. For just brevity's sake, we'll do this automatic. And you You see it going through a bunch of stuff. And then it gives you 3 things to diagnose: engine, ABS, and ORC, which is your occupant restraint controller. If you click, and I'm just clicking, it's not a touchscreen, so I'm using these buttons to move the cursor and then clicking OK. So I'm up here, I'm going to click OK. Now you can click ECU information and it'll tell you all about your vehicle, including the VIN number, which again is a great function if you're checking out used cars, to make sure that they didn't do anything weird to the VIN, that the VIN here matches the VIN on the car, which matches the VIN on the title. And it goes through a lot more things you can kind of cycle through. I think that's all 3 pages. So you can go to read trouble codes. It will scan no DTCs. Again, I got the no DTC light. So I will go back, ABS, do the same thing, read trouble codes, no trouble codes. So you hit OK, back, and the ORC, read trouble codes. Okay. So the other thing this does that I really like is, let me get back to kind of the main menu system. It will give you live data. There is a data stream. So first, I ran this yesterday, and so I'm going to go to data. It should have saved the data. Review data stream. There is no recorded data. So obviously I had an issue saving it. I thought I saved it. And unfortunately that did not happen. So I'm going to have to figure that out a little bit. But otherwise, let's see. I think it's under OBD. You go here. It's going to go through this. All right, so I guess this is just another scan right here. So let me see if I can remember where oh, here we go. So diagnostic menu, data stream. So I can go data stream, view all items. And here's the live data. So as I'm driving, I can be looking at this live data. And I don't even know what all of this means. Obviously, I know what some of it means, like engine coolant temperature. But some of it, I don't even know what it means. Here's the second page. You got your short-term fuel trim, intake manifold pressure, your RPMs, your vehicle speed. So you can kind of double check those with what the readouts you're getting on the dash are. Intake air temp, you can kind of just read it yourself. Oxygen sensor output. So a lot of information here, way more than I even know what to do with it all. That's okay though. Yeah, and so yesterday I hit OK to save. And then go back. Now I think I might have shut my car off too early yesterday. That could be the problem with why it didn't save. Let's go ahead back to the main menu. Am I sure? Yes, there. And go to data. Review data stream. Still no recorded data. So I'm going to have to figure out why that's not saving and what I need to do to save it. But otherwise, it's got a lookup thing for your different trouble codes, for you to be able to look them up. You can input the trouble code and look up what that means. It's got a print option, and more, lots more, way more than I really have time to show you in this video. All right, Judo Sailor here. I am finishing up this video on my drive into work. I do these as just on the side as a hobby. I was trying to squeeze this in the morning, kind of running out of time, need to get into work. My schedule is flexible, but you know, it's not that flexible. And so I hope you don't mind. I'm doing this as I'm driving, still keeping my eyes on the road, staying safe. So here are my final thoughts on the Thinkscan 601. First, there's really two things I didn't like about it, or two complaints rather that I had about it, and neither of them are really about the scan tool itself. The first complaint is it doesn't come with any instructions on how to use or access all the features that it actually has. And maybe they assume that anyone using a scan tool like that is already going to know how to do all that. But I don't. And it would be nice, you know, a good example is me trying to save the live data stream. I wasn't able to save that. And so I'm sure there's a way to do it. It's made to do it. I just have to figure it out. Some instructions would be helpful in regards to issues like that. And then the second complaint I had was when doing the update. First of all, one of the ways they gave you to do it, which was to plug the scan tool directly into your computer, that did not work at all. And then the second way they gave you to do it, using the micro SD card, did work, but not with the really junky micro SD card adapter they gave you with the scan tool. I had to use my own adapter to do it. Once I did that, it worked no problem and updated fine. But those are minor complaints, and again, those complaints aren't about the scan tool itself. I really like the scan tool itself. I like the display. It's not a touch screen, but it's very bright. The menu system is easy to use. I really I like that it has a bunch of options, obviously more options than I know how to make good use of right now. But that said, that's good actually, because it's going to give me some room to grow as I learn more things about using it, as I learn more things about how to diagnose a car. The features are going to be there. I have a feeling that if I'm watching a YouTube video and someone says, here's what you need to check with your scan tool to determine XYZ, this scan tool is going to be able to do that. I especially like the fact that you can have the live data stream, the real time while you're driving, monitoring all your car's systems. Again, right now, that's something that, I mean, I don't even know half of what the data actually means, and even the other half that I do know what it means, I'm not exactly sure how that's going to help me, but I do know, like, again, I watch YouTube videos, YouTube channels of guys that work on cars, and I know there's some times when them being able to plug in a scan tool and monitor the car systems while they're driving was invaluable in helping them to figure out what was wrong with the car and what they needed to do to fix it. So overall, very, very happy with this scan tool. Now, if you enjoyed this video and if you would like to see more of this type of thing, then hit that like button, subscribe, and help me out by sharing this video. And when it comes to subscribing, this is a fairly new fledgling channel. I only have 70 subscribers now, and as I frequently like to joke, probably about 50 of those are people that subscribed when I was putting out content about either swords or guitars, and so they're probably not down for this whole tool thing. But I do have a 100 subscriber giveaway. I know most people don't do that until they hit 1,000 subscribers, but I had something come up and I think it's going to be fun, and for me 100 subscribers is going to be a big benchmark. So I am giving away the scan tool I mentioned before, the Launch C-Reader 3001, and once I hit 100 subscribers, I'll do a video on that, and then people that comment below that video can possibly win it. Now, in addition to that, for this, the Thinkscan 601, King Bolin did send me a 40% off like coupon code good on Amazon, so that you can go there and get 40% off. Now, I am pretty sure it is a one-time use 40% off code. So the first person to use it will get the 40% off, and after that, you may be out of luck. You might be able to get a few more uses out of it. I don't know, but I suspect it's a one-time use code. But they sent it to me. I don't need it because I already have the Thinkscan 601, and so I'm putting it out there for you guys. So thanks for watching. Again, hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. Judo Sailor.